Hi, this is Lady Lex UK, and this is a tutorial to help you improve the performance of your game by preventing lag and allowing you to put more things in than you would normally. So let's see what I've built. I've created a scene which contains 5 wandering villagers, you can see them there, 3 special effects that I've placed in the world, and 1 object that has a special effect playing in it by using code. So if I run through this archway, I think you can hear everything is now turned off. The villagers have stopped walking around, all the special effects have stopped, and my cube is now red. Run through, the cube goes green, all the special effects turn on, and the villagers start walking around again. So what I've done here is I've created a scene that I can turn on and off depending on where my player is. So he goes through the archway, everything turns off. You can see the effect cost is 9.36.4. Okay, you run through, and now the special effects is 700, 800. There we go. So you can see how much difference that would make in your game, because those effects are no longer needed, they're no longer running. So let's have a look at the code. Okay, so we've got the special effects here, and what I've built is a logic cube which I've called FX control, and I've put power links to all of my special effects. So the object with the code in and the 3 placed of FX. So if we look in here, it says when it has power, play special effect. So the power is coming from this logic cube. So nothing will run if that logic cube is turned off. And then wandering villagers' brains say once the global scene 1 object set is incremented by me. They all have this in. It is putting this villager into the scene 1 object set. Now over here I have the logic cube that runs the detection when he runs through the archway. So I have 2 detect zones, one is a C and one is a trigger zone. Now up here I just have a little bit of debug code for me just to show how many objects are in my global set. You don't need to worry about that. So here's where it starts. Once a boolean village on equals true. So it starts off the village is on. Then when you start to see the player, turn the village to false. When the village on is false, turn the FX control power off, and that will turn all the effects off in your world or in your scene. And then this says for each of the objects in the global scene 1 object set, turn their brain off. So I've turned all the brains off of all the objects that I've placed in that object set, and then switch to page 2. On page 2 it says when you're the player in the trigger zone, then turn the village back on. When the village is back on, turn the FX control back on, turn all the brains back on, and then switch back to page 1. And that's it. It's quite simple. So as he runs through, he will be seen, and then as he runs back through, he'll get through the trigger zone, and it will turn it all back on again. And that is basically it.